Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Miracle Perspective, and this is the Monday show. Guys, I really appreciate your support and always coming back to the channel. And today I'm taking you guys with me all the way to Ghana. Ghana, we have arrived. I've got two great guests that I found online because of their marvelous works, and I'm just gonna go straight into introducing them for you guys. And the first guy that I'm bringing to the table today is Apreku Agyepong. Apreku is a third-year law student in the University of Ghana. He is the lead member of the debate team and debates at both national and international level. He is the current winner of the Ghana Law Challenge and the public speaking at the World Universities Debate Championship. He came out number 1, beating all students from the whole world. I mean, students from Harvard, Oxford, Stanford, everywhere. He's just the guy. So Apreku is the research assistant with a keen interest in immovable property and real estate, constitutional law, and petroleum and development in Africa. Currently, he is a writing consultant and a team member of the Avid Youth Build Foundation, a foundation that seeks to make tertiary education more accessible to rural folks in Ghana. He loves to write and wants to be one of the leading experts in the real estate law and the international energy consultation in Africa. And that's Apreku. Apreku, welcome to the Miracle Perspective, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm glad and I'm happy for having me on the show.
Wonderful. And now Apreku is one of those guys that you invite to a party and they say, can I bring a +1? And he did bring a +1, and this is a powerful +1. This is a lady by the name of Maureen Kyere. Maureen is a third-year law student at the University of Ghana. Her undeniable interest in international relations has made her a diplomat undergoing training with the Young Diplomats of Ghana. She is an avid public speaker and has co-founded the Public Speaking Consult in Ghana. She came out number 3 on the same competition that Apreku came out number 1. So you get why he brought her as a +1. She aims to use her title as a national public speaking champion and her skills to equip the youth and corporate individuals alike to harness an unmistakable voice to promote their individual causes. Maureen is an environmental activist who launched the #ReducePlastic agenda on her campus to educate students on the harmful effects of plastic and spur an eco-friendly environment. She also volunteers at the Leukemia Project Foundation of Ghana to raise awareness and funds for children suffering from leukemia. Let's give it up for Maureen Kyere. Maureen, welcome to the Miracle Perspective, ma'am.
Thank you so much for having me, Miracle.
Thank you for taking your time to do this interview, guys. I really appreciate your time. And I just want us to get straight to understanding you as individuals. I'm just going to start with the man Apreku as the number 1 in the public speaking debate. Tell me, say a little bit of how that made you feel and how you actually did it. Can you just tell us how you did that?
Well, it was a great experience. I remember going first. I thought this was quite above me, and this was quite, that's the narrative that people from African universities may not or are not good enough. So to an extent, it got to me. But I think perseverance, hard work, diligence made the day. So I had to place my shoulder to the wheel and come up top. So I remember when I was announced as the winner, I was overwhelmed and I more or less couldn't believe it. But I think it was a touch of creativity and understanding the dynamics of people and what people really want from you, how people want to associate with you, and what people want from you. So I ended up giving the judges what we wanted, and that's what helped me come up on top. Yeah.
Wow, man! Congratulations once again. And I think one day I should just host you for a nice public speaking training that you give to everybody who aspires to be a great public speaker. Let me ask the same question to you, Maureen. And for you, I know it means that you were really fighting hard to come out number 3 on the same competition. What is it that Ghana University does to prepare you guys for this big stuff?
Generally, I must admit that Apreku and I were in a fortunate situation to have been trained by the former world champion, that's Jeremiah Sechi. And so we were in good training and good company. But aside Jeremiah Sechi, because before he became the first Ghanaian world champion, it speaks to the kind of training, the quality training that we have at the University of Ghana Debate Society, the training campus over there. And we also spend a lot of time as individuals, both Apreku and I, poring over videos, trying to rehearse random speeches, trying to practice. And so genuinely, I knew that the world champion would come from University of Ghana again. It was just between Apreku and I who was going for the kill.
Wow, amazing. So you two, there's always like this partnership thing going on. Are you planning on giving it to Maureen next year, Apreku?
I don't think so.
All right. Interesting, guys. Congratulations on winning that. I mean, you are some of the leaders that Africa needs. I mean, in the future and in the present. So, on the same note of what Africa needs, in your view, Maureen, what do you think are the important things that the youth of today should actually pay attention to in making Africa a better place? I mean, you're already doing great things yourself as an environmental activist, and I mean, your aspirations are big. So what do you think are the most important factors that we need as the youth of Africa to make Africa great?
I think we have all it takes, really. And so what we really need now is to be bold in our ideas and in our vision. African youth have all the qualities, and Apreku and I are an example of the few qualities that are present among African youth. What we need right now is a kind of boldness and confidence to believe that, yes, I've been trained in Africa, but I'm definitely global material, enough to rise up to the occasion. And so I believe that African youth, we have all the training, we have all the advice, we have all the knowledge to our disposal. We just need that extra tip of boldness and confidence to believe in ourselves first, and then to believe in the dreams that we have, so that we can go after them relentlessly without being shy or doubting it all the time.
Wow, I buy that. I buy that story. When you say we need the confidence and the boldness to actually believe in ourselves, because I mean, even now, look at the situation of COVID-19. We're all waiting for the people, for the saints that are coming from the Western countries to come and save our lives. Meanwhile, we have all the resources. Why don't we just do it ourselves? So I think it is the confidence element that you're raising there. Wow, that's wonderful, man. And Apreku, on your side, what is it that you think we need to add on to what Maureen has said?
I think, in addition to what Maureen says, we need to remove that self-defeated mindset. We have this mindset that says, oh, okay, you're coming from Ghana, so you are not good enough. Or you're coming from Africa, so you're not good enough. Also, we have this mindset that says, okay, automatically because somebody has a paler skin, the person is better than you, and things of the sort. We need to have the can-do spirit that says that, okay, I am black, but I can do it. I have the ability and the capacity to do it. I may not live in a big city of Vancouver, New York, London, or whatever, but I have what it takes. See, everything starts from the mind. About 150 years ago, it would have been inconceivable to even imagine that we would be sitting in airplanes and flying around the world. But somebody conceived that idea first. And so if we can retune our minds into conceiving the ideas of the future and saying that the future does lie with Africa, then that, coupled with confidence and the believing, that would make Africa a relatively better place.
Wow. I like that, man. I like that. And I think with great leaders like yourselves, this is highly possible. And with what's happening, look at social media, what it has done. It was able to connect someone from South Africa with people from Ghana. So I mean, now the opportunities are at our disposal to make everything better for our good and the future generations. And this is the language that I think Maureen will understand, because she's an environmentalist. We care about the future generation, preserving the environment for the future generations. So guys, let me just get into the issue of COVID-19 and in relation to how Ghana is dealing with this issue. What do you think? What's happening in Ghana, and what do you think we can learn from this situation? This question goes to you, Apreku.
Well, currently there are restrictions on social gatherings and religious activities to try and limit the spread. However, business activities are going on as usual, obviously subject to certain protocols for the prevention of the spread of the virus. But I think in light of adversities, there is a chance for us to display the best and worst of man. And I think the Ghanaians are, placing their shoulders to the wheel and more or less coming up with that confidence of, showing the best. As the president says, the virus is the common enemy. So, for instance, a holding facility is being constructed within 6 weeks, totally funded by the private sector. If you observe, the WHO, for instance, contacted Ghana asking how we were managing the situation, because the WHO, according to its statistics, says that Ghana is among the best countries, the world managing the virus. Obviously, if this was in normal times, people would have said, that's impossible. How can a country like Ghana do something so amazing? But as I said, in times of adversities, the best comes out. I'll be honest, I myself would not have thought that we could build, a large holding facility just 6 weeks. You understand? But desperate times call for desperate measures. I would not have thought that the military will be brought in to clean, and disinfection will take place in schools, and the private sector would stop thinking about profit and all of that. I would not think that electricity is free for lifeline users and subsidized, and water is free for all Ghanaians.
Wow.
So, as I said, all these things, it's adversity that brings the best out of man. I think what we can learn is that society is for the collective good. Whether or not you are in the private sector or the public sector, whether or not you are making profit, if society does not advance, you do not advance. And so moving forward, even beyond the virus, the main aim of individuals in society should be the advancement of society in and of itself. For it is in the advancement of society that we individually thrive.
Wow. My man, you are heavy. You are heavy. So, you're really heavy, man. You're really heavy. I like what you're saying, and I cannot take anything out of what you just said there. And what you're saying right now, it shows me that indeed adversity brings the best out of human beings, as you said yourself. But now let's go to Maureen. Maureen, in terms of the environmental impact, or looking at the whole environment during this time of COVID-19, what's your take on the issue? What is it doing to our environment? Is there something good we can take out of this whole situation?
Definitely. COVID-19 has been a blessing to the environment when you look at it from the climate change angle. COVID-19 has allowed clear blue skies to be seen in cities that's normally clouded in heavy smoke. COVID-19 has allowed rivers to see fishes swimming inside. This is the first time in decades. Rivers that would normally be crowded with boats that are exhuming chemicals because of mass tourism on that part of the cities. COVID-19 has allowed greener bodies that have been pressured by our own activities to recover. And so, in as much as there were so many plans for climate change before this pandemic, I definitely believe that this pandemic has sped things up. It has achieved things that even the Paris Climate Accord hasn't been able to achieve. It has achieved things that even the 2050 plan that was agreed on at the Davos Summit has not been able to achieve. And so, if I was to thank COVID-19 for one thing, it's given the environment a breather that has been much needed.
So basically you're saying we should get more COVID-19s or maybe COVID-20 next year. Then the environment will be more happy.
I actually believe that we should craft an international plan or module around what COVID-19 has brought to us. So a module, something of an international lockdown, probably once every 6 months, where most people stay indoors, stay at home, and allow the environment to breathe again. And I am saying this because I am aware that staying at home or lockdown restrictions has collapsed some economies and brought a whole global recession. And so learning from that, we could probably craft the international lockdown for the good of the climate in such a way that economies won't have to tumble. And so it's a plan that I'm still designing in my head and on my climate papers. But I believe that we can really work around it and let the environment breathe once every 6 months.
Amazing. So, but now for us in the environmental sector, this whole situation, I don't think it's good for our jobs, because as much as we want to mitigate the environmental impacts, we are still getting some livelihood from the whole environment being messed up, because now we get to help. So now if everything is good, then they don't need us. So how do you solve the issue of the economy in that regard? In job creation?
I don't think there would ever come a day when environmentalists are not needed. Like you just said, yes, when we are all sitting at home and the fishes are breathing and all that, it seems as though you would not need environmentalists. But think about when that 1 week is over and oil industries get back to mining. You would need environmentalists to monitor the effect of that mining on the surrounding communities. You would need environmentalists to be on boards where decisions are being made to make sure that environmental justice is happening right there and then, not something that is going to be action years later. But you need environmentalists even when you're designing a single product, from a simple plastic cup to making major decisions relating to G20 summits. You always need environmentalists. We will never run out of jobs.
Power to you. You are an activist indeed. You make our career thrive. We need people like you who are gonna fight for our career to be valid and credible in these current times. Looking at the issue of economy, right now COVID-19 has affected the economy in a massive way. And now Maureen is even suggesting to lock down the nations every once in a while. To you now, the question comes, Mr. Apreku, as the real estate and law expert. What do you say right now? Commercial property is not doing well. What do you say the future of property is under the current circumstances? Do you think commercial property is going to come back to life again? What do you think? What's happening to commercial property during this time and after? What do you think?
Commercial property greatly hinges on the law of demand and supply. Obviously, if the demand for the property or the type of property is high, then the cost of the property also increases and there's more profitability. As it stands now, a lot of businesses are losing a lot of cash, meaning a lot of businesses may go into liquidation, they may close down, leaving properties open. But obviously, as the economy picks up subsequently, property would then continue to increase as it usually does across the world. But I think the real solution in solving the environmental crisis we have, even though the idea of having a lockdown once in a while is good, I think one critical thing we should look at more is the issue of enforcement of the environmental laws we have. We may have great laws on paper and in books, but it also needs to be enforced. How do we enforce it against large national multinational corporations and corrupt government officials? That is the problem. So I think large companies should be broken up and opened up for people to buy shares. And in the event of people buying shares, we should give them the right then to be dressed or seized with information regarding environmental aspects of the company's operations. Also, the powers of public prosecutors and public detectives as well as attorneys should also extend to enforcing these laws. I even suggested some time back that a whole legal office should be created for the purpose of enforcing laws against criminals regarding the environment, so environmental criminals of the sport. Also, individuals who sit at the helms of affairs of these multinational corporations should be personally held liable. Normally, what happens is the company will just be fined. Well, that's good. You have to find the company, but you also have to bring individuals who should have known to book and personally hold them liable for destroying the environment.
Amazing, man. Amazing. Your ideas are great, guys. I don't know if Ghana is recognizing you as future leaders there in the leadership of the country, because in Uganda they're sleeping, guys. They're sleeping in Uganda. Did you see that video of the people that were sleeping? Those old people who were sleeping there in the parliament in Uganda.
Yes, in the parliament, yes. And the caption was, I think, the leaders are tired or something.
Yeah, the leaders are tired there. And I mean, with what you guys are saying here, I can see that we need a reshuffling of what's happening in the parliament. But guys, let's get closer to the end, although I wouldn't want to end it just rapidly. Let me get to you, Maureen. What is your future aspiration of yourself? All right, let me rephrase. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And what do you want to be remembered for in the world should you die?
Should I die in the next 5 years?
Not in the next 5 years, when you die. Okay, let me say, when you die, what do you want to be remembered for? And what are your aspirations for the next 5 years? So it's 2 questions in one.
In the next 5 years, I should have gained my LLB degree, and I should have, for me, a master's in international environmental law, because I believe that the old saying that education is key is not lost. Education will give you that platform to be able to inform policies. And so definitely in the next 5 years, after completing my LLB degree and hopefully going to Makola for my 2 years legal training, I would want to have an international environmental law master's and be ready to influence the world. And now when I die, what do I want to be remembered for?
Yeah.
I would definitely say that I would want to be remembered as the person who spurred the African continent onto the realization of the danger of climate change, really, and to make Africa a forefront in the conversation and not just a back subject that needs to be compensated. We want to move Africa from being the subject of receiving compensation to actually having a major forefront discussion when climate change is being brought to tables like G20 or the G7 summits. We need that. And I want to be the woman who does that.
Amazing. May your dreams come true. I mean, God is listening and it will come to pass. Because you're putting in the effort and you're really working hard. And I'll tell you why I ask you that question. It's because many people are watching this. Some of them are youth and some of them are people who don't think it's possible to do things. So when I ask you that question, I'm trying to open up someone's world who's out there who thinks maybe everything is doom and gloom and there's no future, there's no hope. But when you are dreaming out, then somebody gets ignited and they start leaving. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. So, no, not a problem. Thank you to you. Cool. The same question comes to you, sir. Where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years? And when you die, what do you want to be remembered for?
Well, in the next 5 years, I want to have my master's in oil and gas and petroleum revenue management. I want to then be, a practicing lawyer in Ghana. I don't plan on staying abroad. I want to live in Africa, work in Africa, and make Africa great. But when I die, apart from the fact that God is known for being very rich, I also want to leave a legacy of being the person who led the charge to making Africans realize that they have been equal to individuals around the world. I don't believe in that ideology that you have to die to realize your heaven anywhere. I believe heaven can be here on earth. We can enjoy our heaven here before we die and continue enjoying heaven after death. So I believe Africans must, and I want to be a part of that story. I want to be, when they're mentioning stories of individuals who gave Africa what it is today. As in America, when they mentioned Rockefeller, they mentioned JP Morgan, they mentioned Carnegie. When the story of Africa is mentioned, I want them to mention Apreku before.
Power to you, sir. Power to you. And in less than 1 minute each. Okay, let's make it, if it becomes long, let's make it 1.5 minutes. These are your parting words. What do you say to Africa? What do you say to the young people who are watching this all over the world? What do you say to people in Ghana? What is your last message to the world? This goes to you first, Apreku, and we'll finish off with the lady.
I just want to tell everyone that you are good enough. Don't let anyone tell you you are not. You are good enough. All you need is the right mindset, confidence, and urge to more of yourself, the best that you can be. Always note that for what you're passionate about, it should be about you. And when they mention that in the first person who's been popped up is you. You are not a voice. You are not an option. You are the solution. That's what I want to go on.
Amazing. Maureen.
I want to tell everybody who is watching that it is a fact that life is hard and that sometimes you would feel lost, you would feel confused, you would even feel helpless. But hold on, because when you always remember your dream, something that you want to do, something that you feel as though, okay, your question miracle, you want to have died knowing that you behind, that would keeping you. And so I want to tell each and every person there to hang in there.
Please repeat. Please repeat. I didn't hear a thing. Please start again and repeat again. Sorry.
I want to tell everybody who is watching that I know that there are times where you feel lost, you feel helpless, or normal. We all go through it. But I want you to know that hang into your dream. Hang on to that dream that you want to have. That feeling that you know you want to leave behind when you leave this world. And that should keep you going. And hang in there, because I know so many of you are battling so many things, but together we can really make Africa great and Africa proud.
Amazing. Thank you guys for joining me today. Thank you for taking time. And I missed the internet connection problems that we had. I still appreciate your patience, and I really appreciate that you were here to share your knowledge, your wisdom. And I think Africa needs more people like you guys. And with people like you, the future is too bright. And the present is brighter. So let's keep on keeping on. Motivate your fellows there and tell them to tune in, subscribe to the channel. Hope to see you once again sometime soon. I want to have more conversations with you guys. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you to Miracle for having us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys. It's finished.
Perspective. It's finished. It's finished. Boom.